Hey everyone, great to be back with you all again. It goes without saying that a lot of gamers out there, myself included, went on to play and love the Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid titles with a great level of fondness for the PS1 Metal Gear Solid specifically, which broke all kinds of boundaries back when it was first released. But outside of the game, fans like myself couldn't help but wonder if other media, like books or comics, would be able to replicate those same feelings of excitement that the game had given us. Cue Raymond Benson. Prior to this book, he was known for writing multiple James Bond novels, and was eventually brought on to write the novelization of Metal Gear Solid here as well. But fan reaction has been rather mixed. You have all kinds of positive and negative reviews, with the positive ones saying it's the worst thing they've ever read while giving it 5 stars regardless, and with the negative ones simply saying it's, well, bad. Well, I intend to find out why right now. So strap in, and we'll see if the Metal Gear Solid novelization was really that bad. So I will start by saying that overall, this book is mostly accurate to the game in terms of keeping all of the main story elements and most important parts of the plot intact. The main characters, the order of events, the boss battle fights with the members of Foxhound, the mysteries surrounding the Fox-Die virus, it's all here, and fans will be happy to know that much at least. The book also managed to make a few small additions to the story, which I found pretty nice, as this is what I was hoping to see more of in a novelization to begin with. One of these segments includes a scene involving Master Miller, Snake's former aide and partner. Although we would later learn that Miller was killed in his home in Alaska, the book managed to showcase the assassination attempt on him right up to the point where he was actually killed, leaving us in mystery as to what actually happened, at least for those who didn't know the rest of the story just yet. It was a nice setup, and I really appreciated the way it was handled. There was also a section later on in the book that delved deeper into Dr. Naomi's actions and motivations, particularly those involving Gray Fox, leading up to the moment she was brought in for questioning by Colonel Campbell. While it may not have been completely necessary to the main plot, as Naomi does reveal a lot of this information to Snake later on in the game, it was another nice addition that felt on par with that of a deleted scene in a big movie. So, what's the issue? Why did this book manage to garner so much hate and ironic praise all at the same time? Well, as with any author writing a novelization, Benson was granted some liberties when it came to the inner monologues, gameplay and combat sequences, and character dialogue. And take those liberties he did. This appears to no longer be the Solid Snake we know. Instead, we're given some kind of brute, womanizing 80s action hero seemingly trapped inside of the Metal Gear Solid universe. Instead of explaining this in greater detail, I'd rather just show you by reading a few quotes to demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. As a bonus, I'll even read Snake's quotes by using my best David Hayter impression. There, he waited a few seconds for the guards to turn again and walk slowly behind him. Snake could hear them muttering something about a storm. He surprised them by stepping out from behind the crate and standing directly in front of them. "Merry Christmas," Snake said as he delivered 2 powerhouse punches left and then right into the guards' faces. The soldiers plopped to the floor. "I forgot to tell you, Christmas is early this year." "But wait, there's more!" Snake shook his head and flung the cobwebs away. "Never mind, I'm on my way to the 2nd floor basement. Let's hope Baker's still alive. And Colonel?" "Yes, Snake." "Your niece is one wacky babe." The explosive wasn't timed. He could detonate it at any time with the touch of a button. Snake placed his thumb on the trigger, said, "Mazel tov," and pushed it. Snake left the room and headed back through the hall of dead soldiers to the elevator. The next step was to find Meryl, and when he found her, he didn't know if he wanted to spank her for disobeying him, or kiss her if she was alive and unhurt. Maybe he'd do both. I mean, Snake did flirt a bit in the original game, but this is ridiculous. There is no way to read any of this dialogue with a straight face. It's especially funny when you try to imagine David Hayter reading these lines aloud himself. In fact, I would actually pay David Hayter to read these lines aloud. That's how great that sounds. I also noticed a few quotes that sounded passable on the surface until I thought about them for more than a few seconds. Like this one where Colonel Campbell is warning Snake about his brother Liquid Snake. "Snake, he's going to be a formidable enemy. His code name is the same as yours, so you'll be evenly matched, more or less." "Yeah, but it will be the Solid versus the Liquid." What? Even when taking out the wacky dialogue and narrations, there are details that just feel odd. During the sections of the story that involve the player performing actions like stealth to get past guards and other obstacles, the Solid Snake in this story seems to do the opposite. In fact, looking back on this, I think Snake ended up killing almost every guard he came into contact with. That's pretty ridiculous for a story about stealth and espionage. At one point, he also describes Mei Ling as a manga character come to life. That's concerning. As far as adaptations go, particularly ones that are faithful to the source material, I cannot in all good conscience recommend this one. If you're trying to use this to get your non-gamer friend or acquaintance into the story and lore of Metal Gear Solid, I don't believe this will do you many favors. Don't get me wrong, parts of this story were always ridiculous from the get-go, and that's something that I, and many other fans of Metal Gear, have always embraced from day one. But the changes here do not really improve on things in any way, and only serve to hurt the original game's narrative more than help it. So I believe you can view this in one of two ways. You can either despise it because of how bad of a job it does at capturing the true essences of these characters, or you can view it in more of a so bad it's good kind of way, like I believe many will end up doing. I would be lying if I said I wasn't entertained by this book, but at the same time it was clearly for all the wrong reasons. Just know what you're getting yourself into first. Oh, and for a little bonus fun fact, Benson was actually hired to write the novelization of the game's second part, Sons of Liberty, as well. And unlike this book, I've heard that it does a much better job of staying true to the original story without as many deviations like this one. So good on you, Benson! And that's gonna do it for this video! Thank you all so much for watching! Have you read this book before yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're feeling generous, please consider supporting my Patreon, where awesome people like Brandon, Thomas, Johan, Cielo, Andrew, and Jonathan all help to keep this channel going. Until next time! He didn't know if he wanted to spank her for disobeying him, or kiss her if she was alive and unhurt. Maybe he'd do... You know, I try to keep things as family friendly as I can on here, but wow, I just...